additional thoughts I have about Magic Arena. Pauper should be baseline. And then start swearing? Do I just type a bunch of slurs? What do I do next? No. We're keeping the exchange. I don't know why you guys are losing. No, we're Harmless Offering goes nowhere, and I will hear nothing in retort. Okay, I want to play the game, so we're gonna run it like this. Stream 40 minutes. I actually played Magic. So we're here with Marchesa, the 3-mana 3/4. You pay 1 every time you commit a crime, and you get a sleight of hand, basically. We're also gonna do some Harmless Offering Covetous Falcon Shifting Grift donations. The things we're donating are Archfiend of the Dross, Demonic Pact, and I think that's it for the two that sort of outright win you the game. There is that 6-mana giant book thing. What is it called? I don't know, I'm not thinking about it. That you can give your opponent, but I don't like that one as much. And there's a lot of ways to commit crimes. You are in the removal spam, sweeper spam, keep the board empty for your opponent spam kind of like colors, so that we have that going for us. Laughing Jasper is in here just to have a crime every turn for free for this. I kind of like the idea of that, but it could probably be something else, something better. But for now, this is fine, so... Oh, right, Greed's Gambit. That was it. You're right. Oh, also Greed's Gambit. Giving this to your opponent also is pretty good, in my opinion, so we're going to try that. If these things get blown up repeatedly, so be it. But we're still... I think our game plan is still very scary. We might even want more Planeswalkers like Vraska, just to have them. But for now, I'm going to run it like this. We're gonna see what happens with this scam package. My opponent's name is Gonti, Lord of Luxury. That's their name. That's my opponent's name. That is funny. Alright, so we have the 2 cards a turn, but I don't have a way to cast it on turn 3, unfortunately. But you never know what I might draw. 2 cards a turn is very good. It is very, very, very good. I almost don't want to eat this, so I don't think I will. Okay. Let's play... Ooh, can I play... No, I can't play that right now. Tragic. Okay, so is this better than my commander? Probably. It is technically 2 cards a turn, quote-unquote. And my opponent didn't have counter spells up, so why not? Alright, let's draw. Yeah, 2-minute chase. I like it. I like it. Okay, let's play... I could genuinely play this, which is kind of weird. Maybe I shouldn't. Okay, you know what? We're gonna play this. We're gonna go all in. I'm going all in. As long as, like, if they blow up my staff, I'll probably have to sack it in response, but I kind of like the idea of trying this here. Let's see what my opponent can do. Okay. Opponent draws a card. They're doing the thing that I said you don't want your opponents to do, which is draw 2 cards a turn. Oops. Yep, that I'm losing significantly on that front. Let's kill this thing. Let's play Jace while it still dies. Ugh. Yeah, everything's not looking good here. Alright. Just keep the cards. Yep. Well, I don't know about the second part of that, but... First part's alright. Alright, I suppose that is a good thing. My opponent dealt with that. Didn't expect that. There's that stupid card again. Let's kill this thing. Alright, so I have to, or really should kill this. Unfortunately... I think I'm getting an island here, actually. Okay. And do I loot this away? I mean, it's currently not doing anything. Probably. Harmless Offering is just a slightly better version of that, so... Okay. I can also plot away Harmless Offering, but that doesn't really feel like a good idea. I'm not going to draw off of the staff, because I have Arena in play, and this game might go more than that many turns. Let's plot the removal spell. I need this to work first. And yeah, we'll just plot the removal spell. Maybe I should plot that, actually. Let's think about this better. And we can probably run this out. And I have a crime. I have a crime with my thingy here, so this is alright. I could have also just looted Harmless Offering. Return one creature to its owner's hand. That is not as threatening as it could have been. Let's get rid of this one. Commit our crime. Witness Protection's probably just better than the counterspell. And this doesn't kill my commander. I mean, it just bounces it. Oh, my opponent's playing the Ping land. Spicy. Ghostly Dancers. Uh-oh. Well, that's not ideal. Okay. Virtue is interesting. What else happens here? I don't like a lot of my options here. I think I'm just running out Virtue. But the problem is I'm not actually stealing anything. That's good. Yeah, I'm not actually stealing any card that's worth stealing. Let's just do this. And play Jace? Nope. I don't think so. So if I can keep the threats to a minimum, I'm just trying to survive my Phyrexian Arena, but I am running out of time. Another answer, of course. Greed's Gambit is a good one here. I think. I don't know. One would assume it's alright here. And I keep this under that? No, I don't. No, I don't do that. That's not how this works. They should probably go face. They should ignore Jace, I think. No, you just gotta ignore Jace. Huh. I would have ignored Jace at least. Yeah, this 2 cards a turn thing is I can't... They're drawing like 3 cards a turn, honestly. Sometimes even 4. So, again, like most matchups in this game, the only thing that matters is your opponent having more cards than you. My opponent did not blow up Phyrexian Arena. Feel as though I would have done that. A little surprised. Feel as though that is what I would have done. Interesting. Duress is also good. Random creature, random creature, random creature, journey. Okay, let's play this. Loot away. Random land. Devious cover-up is good, but I have to... I mean, I always do this. Excuse me. Always have to do this. Give you that. and leave up my removal. Not super excited about my position, but I have a removal spell, so I feel, I guess, a little bit better about it. I think I'm going to discard a card, because it feels free enough, and my life total is valuable. This is fine, I think. I don't know, maybe it isn't. Too late. Alright, my opponent found a way to blow up my enchantment that I gave them, because of course they did. Why not? At least we get something out of it. Opponent really wanted to rip that band-aid off. I feel like they could have maybe waited a bit and started to amass some advantage before they blew that up. I'm very surprised they did it so early. I guess it makes sense. I don't know. Just feels weird. Oh, with these cards. I mean, I've turned it around, sort of. I've sort of turned the game around. But, we'll see. They still have a lot of shard tokens. Like, a lot of shard tokens. But I have a virtue coming. That's an interesting one. I don't have to cast it. Yeah, because we're in the situation that we're in, we can probably just cast this now. And because that worked, I will loot. Let's get rid of Falcon. There's not many things to donate at this point. Did I play a land? I did. Okay, that's fine. And I don't think I'm swinging back for any meaningful amount of damage. And they also have this thing over there, so it doesn't matter to swing. Okay, I've actually drawn more than my opponent. Or caught up, I guess you should say. Ethereal armor on a random 1/1. Huh. Is that the best spot for that? Oh, I should have killed it. Why? Why do I... it's frustrating. Why do I let things happen? Why do I let things happen? Unbelievable. Okay, so of all of these, I'm gonna blow this one up because it's drawing cards. Okay. It's fine. I don't feel frustrated anymore. I feel vindicated. So they haven't shown me any counter spells yet. We get Lauren to blow up the something. The card draw spammer. I have 2 sweepers. Never mind. Let's play this. Collect some evidence. 2, 3. That's fine. Doesn't really matter. What? Okay. Interesting. Let's exile something that I'd rather my opponent not reanimate, which is this, but I kind of want to steal that. Let's take this thing. Opponent has Heliod. Alright, what's in their library? Eternal Wanderer. Some removal. They're running out of stuff. They have Get Lost in there still, too. And Jace. Keep that thing locked down. Loot away my temple. And can I beat Heliod? Probably. Probably. We'll see. Crazy game. Really crazy game. I don't know if this is an issue, but we'll see. Okay. Does that kill me? Am I just dead? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Well, let's not find out. Let's just negate that. I think I was dead there. Okay. So we reanimate Lauren again. Blow up the doll thing. Another sweeper. Magda's interesting. Let's play. So, how many cards they have? 25? What's this, 18? Let's do this, actually. Let's do this. Because that's 20 cards and I draw 2. Or 3, excuse me. And leave these 2 up. I will get the last card out of my opponent's hand, though. That's fine. Probably get rid of the Bronco, because I can't really use it. Alright. Surprised I didn't draw before they discarded off Liliana. Felt like a maybe good idea. Get Schmied. That was a crazy, crazy game. Very cool. We even got to do our thing. We actually got to do it. Like, we got the... they kind of hosed themselves, actually, by blowing up that card. My enchantment I gave them. Oh, no! I exiled them! I exiled them because I didn't think they would matter. Alright, if I didn't exile these, I could reanimate their Heliod and take one, and then... Oh, but the problem is I can't donate it again, so why would I do that? I kind of like this. Against Delny, I kind of like this. Let's see if they have a 1-drop. Let us find out. Gamba. Do we like Gamba? Sure. Yeah, Gusa poops out tokens. Oh no, it's Heir Apparent. It's this deck, so try to stonewall him with an absolutely massive creature. Is it actually just Delny Hairs? I guess it works. You've never had Delny work for you? Well, I'm sure there's a reason for that. Might not be the best idea, but, you know, it looks cool. Alright, I will do nothing. Or do I just commit a crime? I think because my opponent most likely is only this, I can just take a turn off and play this. It's not like my opponent can do much about it, right? And I can get into tricks with combat, killing Delny and killing all their stuff, so... My opponent did not attack. A little bit of mistake there. They could have simply attacked me. I will pass the turn. I will take the land. Land is fine. Yeah, mercenary tokens. Yeah, I just don't have enough bargaining. I'd have to add a lot of things for that to work. I'm not going to do that. So because I have River's Rebuke, I yet again feel fine just doing kind of nothing. Oh, I could have played this first. Uh-oh, I'm dumb. Oh, goodness. What have I done? What have I done? No, I don't think it matters too much, but I did kind of make a mistake there. When do you start to swing is the question. I don't know. This game's just over. No, this game's just over. Yeah, that's... I don't know what this deck looks like. Of course, it has the best thing possible. Why not? Of course it does. Go figure. Tiny Bones joins up. It just gives me a token, or it makes some. Excuse me, it discards a card. So now what does this actually do? Make a 3/3, draw 2. Okay, can I let that resolve? I think I actually can. I'm not threatened by their commander. So I'm going to take this time to play my commander instead. Okay, they do play it. So it is, like, kind of scary, but it could be way worse. I think this is a fair exchange. I'm confused at what happened for a second there. Alright, double removal doesn't seem too ideal. I'll just swing once. If they block spam, it's not like Oko has succeeded in doing anything meaningful. Can I play Bronco? I probably can, but it can't really swing anyways, so let's just not. It's a free crime? I guess. Paying mana for the crimes has kind of been my main concern. If one or more artifact tokens create plus a map token, you can only create tokens that are artifact tokens for that to matter. Okay, which my opponent cannot do, so. Well, they can swing as a 3/3 with this. It has hexproof, right? Correct. Oh, I guess I wanted to kill the Elk in response then, so they didn't have a 3 damage there. Maybe. Forge is good, but land is more good. And now I can kill their commander? And I probably should, so let's do that. And I will not pay for the crime. Such is the way of criminals, not paying for crime. Yeah, see, the problem with free crimes is you still have to pay 1 every time, and that is not free at all. Excuse me, that is not a free... That's not free. All I did was, I like, exhausted resources killing tokens. I feel like my opponent would be happy about that. I mean, they're at 6 mana. They're exactly where a blue-green player wants to be, and my opponent was done. I only have 1 blue source, too. I can't double up on these. Probably doesn't matter, though. I'll just, like, windmilling bombs and stuff. Oh, well. The baby rage is real. Tragic. Evolving Wilds, Duress. Okay. No turn 1 either. Ooh, I really would like to hit something then, because I drew that land. Okay, I didn't really get to hit anything. Heir Apparent again, but we're playing this one instead. Sure. So, how does this work? How do we play this out? Attacks put a counter each creature controls. Okay, so I can play this. Go get a black. Do I need a... I don't really need a second of any other color, so that's fine with me. And I will just kill this pre-combat. Of course they have Cavern of Souls. Of course they do. I've seen so many Cavern... It's 60 cards. I know, it's 60 cards. I'll calm down. It's only 60 cards. So, minusing Liliana here seems extremely powerful. I'm going to do that. No heir apparent in play, no commander, and if they don't have a land... Rutrow. They have a land, alright. It's actually one of the good lands, too. They can use it to put a counter on a rabbit, I guess. Okay, maybe it does. That doesn't really matter. Yeah, it was a bad idea. Yeah, it was probably not the best of ideas to do. Good thing we avoided that. Alright, because I have cover up, I can ignore my opponent's game plan. Creatures in your graveyard. Gain 5... Wait. What? Okay, so that's not ever going to happen. I can play one of these and then assume I can beat it. It'll give my opponent a fighting chance and it would be really funny. But it could be a problem if this doesn't pan out. So maybe I just do nothing. I think the idea of Devious Cover-Up being as good as it is kind of nullifies any other thing I could do. Yeah, we don't have to play either of those cards here. Alright, don't have a second heir apparent, please. Actually, wait, no, that's fine. I will probably Devious Cover Up this board. Looks like that's the only thing they're doing. My opponent does not have a second green for this random land. My opponent also, for some reason, didn't attack me. Okay, looks like there's nothing. Do I have to commit anything right now? No, I don't, right? Why am I committing my sweeper? Okay. This doesn't matter? Again, not swinging with the heir apparent. Not really sure what they're respecting or playing around. Don't really get it. Kept their commander in the graveyard. Okay. That's why. Well, I went from winning to immediately losing. Adds up. So I can River's Rebuke. I think I just have to, right? Yeah. Raise the past. That's pretty good. Let's get rid of one of these two. Probably the Archfiend. And then we can start committing crimes. Actually, have a few ways to commit crimes, too. So this might be fine. This is a really good card here, huh? Wow. That's a really good card. A second layer of threats is really good. It's cool to see a heir apparent deck get out of turn 3. I don't usually see that. Alright, they discovered that discarding the thing they have 40 copies of was a good idea. So I would like to see ossification here. And it probably makes sense to do that? I think so. Still only one green source. Well, this is technically a green source. It's not like the ability on this is a big deal. Doesn't really change that much. Okay, so they play their commander. Do they... Oh, jeez, I drew another one. I'm drawing all the nonsense, so I feel like that's how I lose the game. Let's do this, see if we can't find a land. So I'll just do it now. Both of these are good. This one lets me play the rest of my hand, so it makes sense to me. Cool. I might actually get my opponent with one of these two things. Wow, they really did cast that again. Okay, interesting. Alright, I think I'm comfortable with playing this now. Of course I draw a temple. Probably the last thing I want us to see. Another temple. Alright, not terribly exciting. I can safely swing, but my opponent's at 37. That's not really how I win this game. Let's get rid of the Horde. I kind of want to get rid of the Pact because I already have this to give my opponent, and I don't really want to get into Yeah, this is just better. This has to be better here. Alright, they used Hair Apparent for Cavern, so now I can actually counter the Regal Bunny thing. Although this is more life gained and more tokens, I think I'd rather counter this. I'm trying to prevent this from being solved. But they do get the bunny thing. Maybe I had to counter the bunny? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, maybe I did it. It's kind of the same, honestly. It's kind of the same. I don't know why they're struggling casting it. It's kind of the same. Alright, my opponent chose not to swing anyways. I think I would have swung there because you do, like, the thing with stuff, but they didn't. So let's do this. And this. And turn face up. There you go. Alright, look at that. My opponent immediately conceded to it. Yeah, I do get the land back, you're right. Yeah, it was probably right to give him at least one land. At least one land. Maybe two. It's not like they're going to use it, and it's not like I really need them. So it was probably right. A lot of mono white today. A lot of mono white. Or just white creatures stuff in general. And a lot of mono white opponents running into my turn 1 Duresses, which are not terribly exciting. Do I like the rest of this hand, though? Not really. I mean, the fact that Forge pressures this for the entire game is probably very good. Bronco is a card draw engine, so I guess I'll keep that. This is one of the commanders I was a bit curious about. Alright, Bronco, get in there. Get in there, Bronco. Send it. Get it in there. Oh, a Johnny's Pride Mate. Nice. I'm assuming my opponent would trade in a heartbeat, so let's not let them trade. Drawing 2 cards a turn, like I said, is completely busted. So we will duress, as there's nothing else to do. Take a Bronco answer. Day of Judgment. Okay, I'll take the card advantage card, because like I just said, getting rid of the 2 cards a turn thing is extremely powerful. Opponent plays Duelist. Another thing that gets in the way of this, so it's another thing I think I should genuinely kill. Because the more they have to deal with this, the better. Like, if they just Day of Judgment to stop me from drawing 2 cards a turn, I think that's a win for me. Because until they stop me, I'm going to keep doing it. You really don't want me drawing 2 cards a turn. Okay, so I'm going to draw another card. What happens when you... Okay, so I should just play this and then saddle it. I think that's fine. But we're going to lose the Bronco. I'm still going to draw. It's just worth it. It's more than worth it. Mondrak's not indestructible. It's just like an annoying 4/4 sitting there. And we pass. My opponent knows about both of these, which is tragic. And I have no recourse for that. This gives double strike or a counter. They probably want to do the counter. Yeah. I don't think double strike is really worth it at all. Alright. Let's play this. And unless I find something soon, I am in trouble here. Or the Forge has to be faster or something. Okay, I'm incredibly blown away at my opponent's decision to give me this option. Like, to commit a crime, just outright. Like, they knew about that Essence Scatter. I know it doesn't go anywhere unless you do something about it, but I'm still very surprised. How many 2/2s? Just your life total? Okay, well, they don't have haste or anything, so... So now Mondrak can be indestructible. I draw literally nothing but lands. Lands, 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 and lands. They probably could have swung with the 1/1. They accidentally threw themselves in the way of not giving this indestructible, which is kind of huge for me. What's the evidence? 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, it doesn't have to be 8? No, it's 6. Okay. I'll exile Mondrak. And my opponent has Raise the Past in hand. Oh boy, of course they do. Gotta love it. I should have taken one of the things that gets reanimated, but I mean, there's no way of knowing. But that's a little disgusting. Yep, if I had known they were going to do that, silly me. Alright, there is nothing to exchange. I don't think. Doesn't feel like there is, at least. Let's go here. What happens if I exchange this? Oh, no, I can't. I don't have the mana. I need... Oh, wait, yes I do. Hold on. Target creatures. You and the duelist? Well, that's kind of funny. I also get to commit a crime. Wow, that was a little nutty. Okay. Sure. Can't be too upset with that. Okay. Still close to being dead. They can give something double strike and flying. They do. Okay. I was gonna say they haven't done that yet. Oh, I am dead. Oh, because they make a token. Oh! Alright, so I think well, obviously in hindsight, I should have duressed this card instead of the thing that could have potentially drawn cards, and I would have been fine. But I would have had to have dealt with that card if they did. It's funny, look at my opponent's board state in their commander and this enchantment, and then like Day of Judgment in hand, which makes 0 sense, makes absolutely no sense. But sometimes you don't have to cast it, and that's one of those sometimes. Yeah, I drew so many lands in a row. I really did. I really did. I almost turned it around though. I almost turned it around. Okay, so the initial list was super heavy into the, outlaws and all that jazz, with Harmless Offering a bunch of random things to give your opponent to scam win. I'm obviously a super heavy control player, so I turned it into a control deck and then made the Harmless Offering thing a plan B, but surprisingly enough, as a plan B strategy, or something that runs in tandem with your control game plan, it actually is kind of fine. You can reasonably get to these things. It is 60 cards. A reason I wasn't running at the end of it the 2 tutors is Beseech the Mirror, because I don't really have anything to reasonably bargain. I don't want to bargain my enchantment while, I'm trying to give it to my opponent. Not many bargain options. It is triple black, right? It's 4-mana sorcery. It's kind of hard to weave that in and also play like a controlling game. And the Wishclaw Talisman. It took me forever to find the name. Wishclaw Talisman, if you get a combo piece, well, guess what? Your opponent can just tutor the best card in their deck and undo your combo thing. It's like, oh, you gave me an enchantment that makes me lose? I'll just tutor up an enchantment removal spell. So it's not really good in that sense. People like to River's Rebuke Talisman at 7, and, that's kind of cool, but didn't really want to do that. So I did like the donation plan. I like it more here than I do in Historic Brawl. I think it's genuinely viable as a thing to do, right? And you don't want to go super heavy all in on it, because if it doesn't work, you just straight up lose. Whereas when it does kind of not work, in there's a fair amount of times when you do it, it doesn't work, you can still actually win the game after, and I was a big fan of that. I really liked the Demonic Pact, mostly Greed's Gambit. If you were only going to run a single one of these donate targets, I would run this one, because if your opponent does answer it, they lose 6 life, sack 3 creatures, discard 3 cards. So I really like giving this to people. Demonic Pact had the same issue with the 4 oil counter creature, the 6/6, where it's in play for a while before you get to do the thing. Now, the creature, you don't really want to give it early, but you don't want to wait till last minute because that's like 18 damage in the air you're taking. It's just so much damage, right? And it's hard to do it last minute when there's a lot of things that interact with creatures, especially on your own side, right? If I'm trying to sweep the board to stay alive, it's kind of hard to then turn around and, not do that because I have a 6/6 flyer that also has to actually not be killed by a format that is mono removal. So, so the creature donate is really, really bad. Almost impossible. It's almost impossible against basically every strategy to donate a creature that says you lose the game. Unless, again, you somehow get to your last turn where you, A, didn't need a sweeper for the first 3 turns, and B, it lived. And C, you didn't actually just end up killing your opponent with it because it swung for like 18. So it's very difficult. Yeah, if this was on enters, if one of them happened immediately, like an ETB, and then the next 3 or every upkeep it did one, this would be a lot better. I would like it a lot more. But you don't get one immediately. Honestly, it really... Even if it didn't say you lose the game, and this was just a value thing, like it just had 3 things, it would probably still not see play as like a value engine. Because it's really hard to justify waiting, 4-mana sorcery for something that doesn't really do that much anyways. Like, discarding 2 cards of your opponent is cool, but your opponent knows about it. It's not like it immediately happens. It's not Mind Rot, right? It's not Divination, because you don't draw the cards immediately. And it's not a Tendrils of Corruption at 4, because it doesn't happen immediately. It's very rough to donate this. And again, the earlier you donate it, the more your opponent gets value, right? And if you're waiting last second, you better resolve your Harmless Offering, or not have it get discarded or something. So it's very difficult to give this last second. Because again, you don't even really want to play it unless you have a way to guarantee get rid of it, like Staff of Completion or something, bouncing it or whatever. So if you can't have... if you don't have any of that and you're hinging on donating it, you better not lose this donate. You better not be countered or discarded or something, and that's kind of sketchy, right? Whereas Greed's Gambit, you can survive with this in play if you fail to give it to your opponent. You can also give it to your opponent and not feel bad if they blow it up for any reason. So that's another thing I like about it. You could really run the donate package and have this be your only donate target and just play Grixis Control, which is what I was doing, but I just added Demonic Pact to the mix. And because there's so few cards related to this thing, actually Shifting Grift is actually just kind of good anyways. That's actually just kind of a fine card without the combo nonsense, but because it takes up so few cards in this deck, I genuinely think it's decent. I think it's good. I actually do. You can get away with sweepers this way. You can still run things that draw 2 cards a turn, because drawing 2 cards a turn almost outright wins games, it seems. I'm starting to get that vibe from Standard Brawl. If you're drawing 2 and your opponent isn't, you're so far ahead, it's kind of insane. Just drawing, like Phyrexian Arena, 2 turns in play is so destructive. So I was running, Caustic Bronco. I was running Phyrexian Arena, running Gix. This also does actually draw 2 cards a turn. It doesn't actually just sack your things if you have to sack them or lose. So that's kind of nice. Technically, Virtue draws 2 cards because you get like a second free card and all that jazz. Jace loots away a card that's bad, or just makes one free out of hand, so looting is decent. This Jace also, same thing. It sort of starts to draw 2 cards a turn pretty early, right? All of these cards are really strong. And then your commander draws 2 cards a turn too. It costs mana, but still, it also does that. Drowning your opponents in card advantage is very strong, and it means, your pound for pound, your cards don't have to be extremely, like, the best card in the color format, whatever. because you're drowning your opponent in card advantage, and that is good enough. It is literally good enough. I will say maybe one of the weaker points of the deck was tap lands. Having a bunch of tap lands is kind of rough, right? We got rid of the ping lands, or deal 1 damage to your opponent's face, because not only does that land enter tapped, your commander must be in play for me to ever get value off of them, and then paying 1 is another expensive thing. So your commander's in play, you ping your opponent with a tap land, and then you tap another land to, sleight of hand, basically, which is what you want to do. It's a lot of mana to not cast any spell, right? So it's pretty steep. Now, again, there's other reasons to actually run more crime cards. There's actual reasons. I just wasn't running any of them. But there was that curse that was in here initially that justifies more pinging your opponent. I just didn't have that stuff in here by the end of it. Because, I like Grixis control. That's where I lean, The less creatures in my deck, the happier I am as a human being. So that's why it looks the way it does. It's kind of cool. You got a pretty good value package, pretty solid combo thing, and a pretty decent commander. And all of them don't have to be in any, they don't all have to be in the same game. And that's pretty cool. I don't need my commander every game. I don't need the combo every game. And I don't need, the whole Liliana value grind every game. You're attacking your opponent in a lot of angles. And this is pretty cool. So, that's it. Let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.